It was a bombshell day in court after disgraced former Republican Congressman George Santos pleaded guilty to wire fraud and identity theft, part of a plea deal that could result in him spending years in prison. Santos spoke outside of court, saying that he regretted the choices that he made these past few years.
Know that my actions have caused disappointment, frustration, and a loss of faith in me, and for that I'm truly sorry. It's clear to me now that I allowed ambition to cloud my judgment, leading me to make decisions that were unethical and guilty. Pleading guilty is a step I never imagined I'd take, but it is a necessary one because it is the right thing to do.
Well, joining me now to break all this down is political strategist and national trial attorney Donte Mills. Donte, good to see you. How are you?
Good morning, Chris. Good morning.
Right. So this guy pleads guilty to 2 federal counts. So what happens next after the teary-eyed apology yesterday in front of reporters?
Just so we understand, he pled guilty to 2 federal counts, wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. His sentencing is going to be on February 7th, which is months away. And I think that the average viewer would say, well, why does it take so long to get to sentencing? In federal court, you have to go through something called a pre-sentencing investigation. He will be interviewed. He'll go through the court process so the judge can have a full picture of who he is when Santos is sentenced. You want to make sure that you include his full background, the likelihood of him committing other crimes. All of those things factor in to what the ultimate sentence is going to be. But this is federal court, and it should be clear, absolutely clear, Chris, that Santos is going to jail for at least 2 years. There is a minimum sentence here requirement of 2 years, but the judge indicated that he may go to jail for 6 to 8 years based on what he pled to and the nature of these charges.
He's also required to pay restitution, almost $400,000 for stealing the identity of some of his constituents and taking monies from them that were not entitled to him. As far as the penalty phase is concerned for some of the crimes that were committed that he has now pled guilty to, your thoughts on that? And is that 2 to 8 year jail period, is that do you think the punishment fits the crime?
I think it does. One of the reasons you punish people is because of the nature of their crimes, and this is very significant when you talk about our election process, when you talk about voters being confident in the people that they elect and the people they donate to, making sure that it's clear that you cannot get away with taking advantage of voters who believe in your campaign. The other issue is deterrence. You want to make sure that nobody thinks this is okay to do. And I think a sentence of 6 to 8 years, which is what the judge indicated, would absolutely deter somebody from running for office for the purpose of personal gain, which is ultimately what Santos agreed and pled to doing here in this case.
You know, now that we know what we know about this guy and what he did, you ever sit back and say to yourself, how did these constituents actually not only vote for this guy, but get him to Washington when basically every platform, every premise, every notation on his resume was all false? I mean, it was
all a sham. It was all a shame, a house of cards that you would have thought at some point in the process before he made it to Washington, one of those cards would have caused the whole house to fall. But he was really good at what he did. And he took advantage of a lot of people. He had people believe in him. Now, he also had some help. If we recall, there were people in his campaign that pled guilty before. So people knew in his circle what was going on.
And also people in Congress. Yeah, and also people in Congress that stood by his side. The Marjorie Taylor Greenes, the Matt Gaetzes that were quick to support, you know, George Santos as being an upstanding citizen and congressman. So incredible to see. All right, political strategist and national trial attorney Donte Mills. Donte, thank you once again. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good morning.
As Donte mentioned, Santos expected to be sentenced on February 7th. For the latest details on his plea deal, you can head to CBS.com.